Okay.
Okay,
You're gonna be mad when I'm done with it, but...
No, it's...
not?
We don't hashtag that
I'm
crap.
gonna sit while
Should I
do it,
slap you in the
'cause
face to get you pumped up?
Okay. This one's one of my meaner poems. You're probably gonna be...
I love those. I do.
She was fired
This is
up.
what I said. Our poem's called hashtag. I was like, okay. Budget cuts. Hashtag ACU problems. Get groceries so I can eat or keep my parking spot. Hashtag ACU problems. We're getting a salon. Chapel speaker droning on and on. Hashtag ACU problems. Dusty machines at the bank. Who cleans this place? This is why we're all getting sick. Does my scholarship cover my Vera Bradley expenses? Hashtag ACU problems. OMG, don't lead worship, you can't sing, bat in chapel, chapel credits are a hassle. Hashtag ACU problems. Leaving people reeling from our tweets, cold and unfeeling. Hashtag ACU problems. Complaining about everything. Hashtag ACU problems. Worshipping money like it's a king. Hashtag ACU problems. Labeling people based on what they're wearing. Hashtag ACU problems. Fights over student productions. Hashtag ACU problems. Weekly practice at drunken seduction. Hashtag ACU problems. But God's sanctuary is holy, and that's what we are as children of God. We should shine like stars in the midst of a marred generation. There's no honest evasion of the message of those words. I would have thought you'd heard them before, maybe that they'd served as a reminder about who we're supposed to be, where to find our identity, and how to approach the reality of injustice. See, racism isn't a thing of the past, but for some reason we add it last to the list of issues we care about. We don't want to get involved. There's so many things that we think we've resolved, that women are treated with full respect, that we take the time to check on people who need our help, that we've squelched the LGBT issue, that they've got a voice, we've invited them into our conversation. Well, the only explanation is to choose selfless consecration in the name of Jesus, not feigned one nation under God, feigned cultural consideration, not timid collaboration with the arbiters of hatred, not defining by social station, not the power of worldly configurations of worth and value and goodness, not relieved elation when this poem ends. And I've used enough alliteration to make you understand that this calls for you in conjunction with the calling of Jesus Christ. But maybe you're sick of hearing about these issues. Hashtag ACU problems. Well, quit your whining, I'll get you a tissue. See, if we can't help ourselves, how can we build wells for people in Africa? Living life in liminal space is a disgrace to the nature of our calling. I'd say we don't know who we're living for anymore. Hashtag ACU problems. We stroll through life like we're taking a tour. Hashtag ACU problems. Well, get off the bus at the next station, because according to my contemplation, there's still a hurting nation whose people walk Abilene streets in our halls, live inside dorm walls, feel insignificant and small, hurting people who need to be called to walk life with us all for one, and one crucified for all. But so many other things are more important. See, I was on homecoming court, and you played intramural sports, you won sing-song, you hide bongs in your dorm room, you pledged a social club, you're in love with porn, you think you're better because your club is older, and you give the club who won sing-song the cold shoulder, you express anger via Facebook status, and you tweet your callous opinions because it's easier than stepping out and doing something. But mom and dad paid for school, clothes, car, MacBook, iPhone, iPad, iTouch. Well, I don't care what else we've won or what else we've got. Talk about hashtag ACU problems. Our conscience must be shot. We're called to be enmeshed in freedom, not enslavement to the flesh. That's what Paul said. Jesus didn't go to the cross so we could live dead for one more day. The only death we have to die is the one that defies Satan's cries for life in the flesh, for the entire law is set in one solid statement: love your neighbor as yourself. If you devour one another, watch out. You'll be consumed by your own ravenous mouths. What does this mean? If you want to complain, don't tweet, because I don't think Jesus complained when he washed the disciples' dirty feet. Quite frankly, I don't care how much you hate the new salon, chapel, curfew, or the bean. Your anger is never an excuse to be mean. It's an excuse to get down on your hands and your knees and serve someone. It's a reason to love harder. Don't let your reputation become a martyr by crusading against things that don't really matter. Jesus says love one another, and if you're human, then everyone is your sister and your brother. If you have an explanation for why dehumanization via text, tweet, post, or blog exemplifies God's love, explain away. What if we stopped wasting our time being selfish and dreaming up useless tweets? What if instead we said, here am I, send me? See, because this here am I, sin me mentality helps us live life a little more selflessly, reflectively, rationally and happily, kindly, compassionately, holistically in a way that's more worthy of the Christ that we claim. Maybe you hate my poem, and that's fine with me, but I'm sick of sitting back and watching us be less than we're called to be. Hashtag ACU problems. Criticize my vocab, whine about my rhymes, but if you can listen to these words and still pretend everything's fine, I hope that Jesus' love and the pain in our world will open up your heart and your mind. Don't just write and don't just recite. Put your money where your mouth is. Look into and beyond the ACU bubble. Be brave enough, selfless enough to dig through the rubble that is our former desire for goodness and justice. Quit whining and fight for something noble. Hashtag love wins. Hashtag ACU solutions.
Yeah!
Giving a shout out to Akai. No problem. I was like, what things in the past month have been the
Erin
stupidest?
freaking darn.
Oh.